Hey, what's going on, guys? Jake Gottesman, Director of Nutrition for Overtime Athletes. Last video, we talked about bulking, increasing muscle mass while limiting fat gain. Next thing I want to talk about is cutting for athletes, which is a little bit different than cutting for a bodybuilder. First thing is your baseline. Obviously, we've been tracking calories and weight this whole entire time, so you should know how many calories you've been eating up until this point. Once you have those numbers, you can go into your caloric deficit. Now, when I do caloric deficit with my athletes, I want to aim for about 0.4% to 0.8% of their total body weight, a loss per week. So to simplify that, guys, if you're a 200 pound athlete, right, and you're looking to lose 0.4%, you times those numbers. So you got 200 pounds times 0.004% of your total weight, and you're gonna get 0.8 pounds per week. So my goal for that athlete will be 0.8 pounds of loss per week. Obviously in fat, not in muscle. Like I said before, 3,500 calories, that's going to be 1 pound. So if you do 3,500 calories times 0.8, you're looking at being in a caloric deficit of 2,800 calories per week. Next thing you do, you take that 2,800, you divide it by days in the week, 7, and you're gonna end up with 400 calories. So that 400 calories, you have those baseline stats, right? Those baseline calories that you've been eating, and you're gonna subtract 400 from that. And that's what you're gonna be eating on a daily basis to reduce your weight. Now, if you're not losing weight at this point, you may have to increase it a bit more, right? This is gonna be have to be intuitive with your eating, seeing how much your weight loss is and whether you need to increase it more, or you're just happy with a little bit less of a weight loss per week. Next thing I want to talk about is your macronutrient ratio. Similar to bulking, but we're going to need more protein this time. So your body is breaking down, right? It wants to remove fat, and sometimes it wants to remove muscle. One of the things we do to make sure it limits the amount of muscle that it gets rid of is to increase protein. So I usually increase protein by 10% with my athletes. Now, what do we do with this 10% that we're increasing? So it goes up in protein, and I may take 5% from the carbs, and I may take 5% from fat, or I'll just take 10% from carbohydrates. Now, this is gonna lead into my next thing, which is meal timing. Now, why is meal timing so important when you're cutting? I just reduced potentially 10% of my athletes' carbohydrates, which this might mean they're going to be sluggish in training. They might not have as many calories that they're used to. They may be tired overall. This is going to make meal timing that much more important. The reason for this is I want my carbohydrates to now be timed around my workout. So if I have 2 meals and then I work out, I might try to have most of my carbohydrates in those first 2 meals. That way my gas tank is full, I'm ready to rock in my workouts, and then for the rest of the day I can have higher protein, maybe higher fat, and things like that, guys. So most important thing, make sure you monitor, make sure that you're losing weight at an appropriate rate, that you follow these guidelines, guys. So these are my recommendations for cutting for athletes. If anyone has questions, drop it in the comment section. Let's see if I can answer some of them. Have a good one, guys.